We're going to be reacting to just a video on body image. As you can see by the title of the video here, is whose body is the most attractive. We're going to watch it with you guys and just pause at certain points throughout the video and just give our opinion on what we hear and see.
And to be honest, Jubilee makes some pretty funny videos, so we thought it'd just be a fun watch. So let's begin.
I see particular body type on the internet or in the media, and I know that like, I want that, so I work for that.
Like when you see on social media and stuff, it's just kind of like very glamorized.
Growing up, I thought like, okay, if I want to be attractive, I have to have a six-pack.
So I feel like I would be ranked last just because I don't really fit that type of standard.
I mean, you just get a bunch of like random dudes in a room and be like, just go out in your underwear. You expect it to be really weird and awkward.
Pause and go back. Who do you think, before we start the ranking, who do you think would order?
Alright, I think you know the answer to that. Alright, but let's make our own order. Hold on, sorry. Alright, that's a good question. Number one, without a doubt, most attractive, is on the left.
Yeah.
Let's just take a few seconds to appreciate this guy's body. Because you and I, we've been gymming for quite some time now. We've been gymming for years. And we know how much dedication and work and effort requires to get into that physique. So props to him. Props to him. And then I'm just going to go out and say it. Maybe it's just my opinion, but the middle guy is last.
Yeah, the middle guy, naturally he'd be last, just based on purely like aesthetic physique, he'd be last.
And then
I'd say it would go the guy on the left. It actually almost pretty much in the order, except you just got to switch the middle guy with the Asian guy, and that's it. And then it goes from best to worst from left to right.
Yes, I agree with that. That's, yeah.
So the Asian guy goes in the middle, and then the guy with the hat stays where he is, and the guys with the hats both stay where they are.
Yep. No, I agree with that. Let's see how they actually ended up ranking them.
For this episode, we're actually going to reveal the audience ranking first.
Okay. Surprise. Let's see how much people hate us right now.
Ariel, why don't you switch?
Hell, they rated the guy on the left third. That's fucking insane. But anyway.
Omari.
Wait, hold on.
Avi switch with Eric. Avi switch with Omari. Albert switch with Omari. And Albert switch with Avi.
Earn extra cash between coffee and lunch with Amazon Flex.
Gotta get ad block on my
Sign up now.
Yeah, I probably should.
If you're struggling with breakouts, azelaic acid doesn't just
safe.
clean your skin.
I was gonna have it yet.
I'll get it. Wait, so just to clarify, this is the order that who's put them in this order?
This is the order, I believe. I'm not quite sure with the order. This is the audience ranking. So
Yeah,
this is where the audience ranked them.
Which is close to what we, yeah. This is exactly what we said.
No, it's exactly what we said.
Yeah, perfect.
And
Okay.
this is how the world has voted most attractive body type.
I totally understand the audience ranking because if you're looking at just physicality, not even knowing our personalities or who we are, of course we're gonna have, sexy six-pack over here and, me over here. Why not? I think Latinos are hella sexy, so I don't get why we're...
Wait, what is this guy even talking about?
Yeah, that's what I was confused. I was like, basic personality. The whole point of this video is who's the most attractive.
Did he not?
Oh, but then again...
No, did he not understand... Did he not understand the whole concept of this video?
Yeah,
it's literally it's to rank the people's physique, and he goes, "Oh, it's not just about physique; it's about my personality." That's like the most insecure comment you can make. And then he brings up the Latino, like what? All right,
he's got a point though. Like, someone's physique can look better if you get to know them and like their personality, and you can naturally just like.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about pure physique.
This is purely on a first visual glance of someone. Do you think they're more attractive than someone else? And this has got nothing to do with personality, nothing to do with anything else. Just
this guy's definitely got some insecurities. That's all I can say.
Over here. Come on, guys. But I respect this. I like it. How do y'all feel?
I'm comfortable, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to really judge on it. I guess the audience has voted. I was expected to be probably more down the line, maybe like 3 or 4. Growing up, I was always like, told like, hey man, you look like a twig or you're very skinny.
I feel like it's pretty okay to feel comfortable when you're the 2 slot though. You know what I mean? Oh no, this is fine. I'm the second hottest in the room. I guess I'm okay with it.
I think it makes sense for the way that I think people generally view the world just based on like what you see in the media, social media, or whatever. Do I think that it makes sense for?
Yeah, he's got the exact idea. It's all about what you see in social media, right? So when you scroll through Instagram, what do you see?
Biggest guys, the most toned bodies. Abs. Yeah.
Yeah, six-pack abs, broad shoulders. They're probably like sitting at like 5 to 8% body fat, and everyone it's unattainable, so everyone wants it.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with setting goals like that.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but his point is exactly right. This is what it's all about. It's like, what's the most unattainable physique, and it's literally in that order. It's of what's the most unattainable to what's the easiest to obtain. So
which makes sense.
Who's lean, muscular. Yeah, humans desire what they can't have, or what's difficult, or like, you know what I mean. Like, you want to be able to do something or be someone that's difficult to become. You don't want to be someone that's anyone can eat themselves.
I mean, to be honest, like if we rank them in this order, we're basically ranking them in the amount of effort they put into their bodies. I mean, like we said before, this guy's physique, it takes years and years of training and diet and focus and determination. And so that Latino guy on the left, for him to say, oh, blah, 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 it's easy for you to say it's on the second, he's just pissing me off already. Yeah, okay, let's just continue. Holy shit.
Anyone as an individual? Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not shocked because, I mean, when I was younger growing up, that's exactly the body type that I wanted to look like. My whole life, I like compare myself to that, so I think it's expected. So I'm not like surprised, but I did have a little bit more hope.
I'm gonna be the one to say that I don't agree with that. With him saying, "Oh, he wanted a bit more hope." I mean, let's be real. With that body, like the guy. Look, I'm not gonna judge a guy based on him personally, but just his body type. You can tell he doesn't really take much care of himself. He's morbidly obese, right? So I don't know what he was expecting. Maybe someone bigger than him. I don't know, but.
You guys can kind of discuss how you want to do this ranking, and then it's all up to you guys.
Because there's no one here that's like extremely anorexic. I mean, the guy in the middle kind of is.
I would say the middle guys, not extremely, but.
Would you say anorexic is worse than that? Like, would you reckon that you'd rate someone who's like literally bones? I guess that guy in the middle is pretty fucking skinny though.
No, he is skinny. I agree, but
any skinnier than that, I mean.
Yeah, no. So they're both definitely health issues, whether it's anorexia or morbid obesity, but like, I think we're just basing it on appearance-wise. And the skinny guy, he's not bony. Like, I've seen some really bony people. He's quite skinny, but like, we're comparing the other end of the spectrum to that morbidly obese guy.
Would you rate someone who's like bulimic, like very very like fucking anorexic, whatever?
I would have the same view as I have towards the larger guy, in terms of it's just not attractive. But
would you rate him higher or lower?
Me personally, because that's a good question. But the way I'd see it, if I was to choose which one I'd probably be the more anorexic one. I don't know. It's kind of shitty to say, but I'd rather be the more anorexic one, only because I feel like it's number one, getting out of it would be easier, only because I gain weight really easily, and secondly, like, if I was just to base it purely on attractiveness, I would say, or appearance-wise, I would say the skinnier one looks better than the.
That's right. Base of attractiveness, a skinny person can still have. Like, when you think about it, they can still have quite a physical relationship with someone. You know what I mean? They can have like.
No, completely agree.
They can still have good sex. They can still do those stuff. But a fat person, or like the person on the left, it'd be very awkward.
Oh, it would limit a lot of activities in your life.
Yeah, it would limit a lot of activities in your life. It would limit his like sexual, like physical capability as well in the bedroom. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of things. There's definitely a lot of things.
Yeah, there's heaps. Anyway,
okay. As you're talking, feel free to move each other around as much as you want.
How do you feel about being like in the middle? Do you feel like you should be farther ahead?
Actually, I was shocked because growing up and stuff, like my mom always told me that, like, you know, you'd be more attractive if you gain a little bit more weight. That's why, like, I thought that I would be last, just because that society probably just thinks that skinny guys don't deserve love. But I feel like they do, though.
You do. Yeah. We love you.
When I was a child and stuff, I would always compare myself to.
I've never heard someone say skinny guys don't deserve love. That is, have you ever heard that before?
I mean. No, not from my end, but like, this guy's talking as if he's super anorexic, and to be honest, it's not that bad. So
it's not that bad. Yeah. He's not there yet.
He's not like
at a point where you'd say, "Oh, you need to get some serious help, like professional help or something." He's skinny, but he's not fucking like extremely bad.
Like these older and attractive men that had abs and that had chest. I didn't even know like what I was watching, but I was kind of like just intrigued that I wanted to be that already.
Like for me, I'm not sure how old everyone is, but you know, I grew up in the whole like Abercrombie and Fitch era. Like you walk in, it's like six-pack abs like on the wall. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that motivated me. Like I wanted that growing up. Do you, any of you guys think it's wrong to want to look like another body type?
That is a very good question. Well, let's see what they say.
Yes, because I feel I had a similar, thing to you, where I used to be, roughly like 110 pounds bigger, and I remember people treating me a certain way. Dating was very tough. People didn't want to, date the type I was, and then I lose all this weight, and I start getting treated differently, and it really showed me like I was the same person, and I wanted so bad to...
See, when the guy asked him, "Is it wrong to want another body type?" He said it is wrong. That's what the guy just said. He said yes, and then he started speaking about how
he was fat.
When he was 110 pounds heavier, he wasn't getting any attention from women. He wasn't getting any attention from like family and friends, and all of a sudden now he lost a lot of weight and he's getting way more.
So he's hypocritical. He's basically being a hypocrite right now.
But of course it's going to happen because the human. But when you look at someone, you don't just look at them. Your body does in your mind like analyzes them for a potential mate, especially between males and females, right? It's like naturally installed in us. So when you see someone that's fat, when a woman sees someone that's fat and doesn't carry himself with confidence, because most of the time people that are fat, generally speaking, don't have a high degree of confidence, of course it's going to deter the woman away. And they're going to treat you with less respect, and they're not going to give you the time of day. Because they see you and they think, okay, from their very primal instinct, they go, this person's fat, he's probably lazy, probably doesn't take care of himself, so how's he going to take care of me? You know what I mean? There's attributes physically that they're attracted to. So it's like, of course he's going to get treated differently if he loses a lot of weight. Because all of a sudden now people see him as a more alpha male and in a position where he's able to not... Like, if you can take care of yourself and present yourself in a respectable way, of course people are going to respect you more.
Yeah, so it basically comes down to what I said earlier. So if you put in the reward, you get the result that you want. It's more...
Yeah, exactly,
if you put in the effort, you get the result that you want. You get the reward.
Exactly.
And that's what's happened here.
People want to be around successful people and like-minded people. And that's not like to say that all fat people are unsuccessful. Of course, that's ridiculous. But generally speaking, majority of people that are obese or considered obese aren't high productive, functioning people that you necessarily want to be around to succeed in your own life.
Yeah,
they usually have bad habits that can transfer to you. They don't take care of themselves as much as they should. And if you don't take care of yourself, how can you focus on your task? How can you focus on starting a business if you yourself are in a certain...
Yeah, no, there are some issues, some health issues and whatnot. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. All right, let's continue.
To look like a certain type and lose a certain amount of weight. But at the end of the day, I almost kind of hate the way society's treating me as a smaller person.
So that's definitely an interesting answer, but me personally, like if I were to answer that question, I think it's fine to want a certain body type, because for me, I just use it as fuel, like motivation. Like I'm just gonna...
I completely agree with this guy. This guy, I think his name was Avi. Yeah, definitely agree with what he's saying. Like you have to set a goal and you work towards it. Similar to anything in life, really. You have to look up to someone. You have to, in this case, you look up to someone who's physically well fit. Like you said, got six packs, chest and shoulders, all that sort of thing. You look up to them and you aspire to be them, and that's what drives you. That's what motivates you. So completely agree with what he's saying.
Everyone needs a goal, man. You can't just wander through life aimlessly. You need to have some sort of goal, and you have multiple. But play the video.
No, sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's all good. Play the video.
Drive as much as I can to get to that point.
I think for me, it's like there's a difference between it being like a motivator, something you love, something you're passionate about, and something that can like deeply consume you into like a dark hole. And it's going to that dark hole where like check yourself.
So as a group, do you guys ever like get any like criticism, or is it?
I hate that guy.
Like, I don't like how he's so anti hard work.
Yeah, literally. That's why I hate him so much.
He's like anti the benefits of putting in hard work. So he's saying like, why can't I get all these benefits and not do anything
without putting in any work? And yeah, literally. Oh my god.
It's like anyone who's extremely successful has to put themselves in a dark hole because everyone's competing for the same thing. You got to be the person above all that. Like, you're gonna be an animal almost. You can't just be like, oh, you know, this is unfair. I can't do this. This is bullshit. Why should I do this? I should get the same level of respect as the person who is putting the hours in.
And it's like
ridiculous.
It's like the guy on the right, like you see on the screen here. He's got a good physique, but it's in no means like unbelievable to get. It's achievable if you put in the effort. This guy's talking as if the guy on the right is like some huge bodybuilder, and it's like this guy lives for the gym. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Like this guy, I feel like the Latino guy is just jealous. Just screams jealousy at the moment.
The guy on the right has probably put about an hour and a half in for 5 days a week for about 7 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is achievable in anyone's schedule in life.
It's a hobby.
Can achieve that. And it's a hobby, yeah. It's a de-stress, it's a mental de-stress. There's so many beneficial factors to it. But this guy here, he's saying, oh, why do I have to do anything? And I should receive the same amount of like respect and the same amount of like social acceptance as someone who has put in work. And when I do put in work and I get that, I don't like the fact that I'm getting that. He's like,
I just disagree with
him. He's
just jealous. That's what it seems like.
It's like a loophole mentality, man. It's like it's going in circles.
A lot of like self-criticism, because sometimes your own thoughts can like sabotage you.
I think a lot of it for me is self-criticism. Like I know I'm ranked all the way over here, but like when I look in the mirror, I still see like 5 things, 10 things I don't like about myself and that I still want to change about myself.
Yeah.
So a lot of it really is self-imposed, definitely influenced by the people around you. So I still have work to do myself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like that's always going to be there.
Yeah.
But also surrounding yourself with individuals who like want the best for you is also good.
After I work out, so I'm like, wow, I look like the sexiest, hottest person on this earth right now. Like,
See, that's exactly what the guy said. He goes like, you want to surround yourself with successful people and like-minded people like yourself, right?
Yeah.
So obviously you want to surround yourself around people that are physically active, physically fit, because it brings all these mental like positives as well with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I would never get the same amount of attention or same amount of respect as someone who would be physically fit. And that's why he was saying he was getting that when he lost 110 pounds. It's obvious. That's what I was saying before. People want to surround themselves around people who are successful, like-minded, and work hard, not around people who are lazy, don't care, and do whatever they want whenever they want.
It's the same thing with the gym, really. So when you go to the gym, you have gym buddies who go with you, and the whole gym itself is full of people who have the same mentality. It's that sort of loophole that you were saying earlier, but in a positive way. It's that echo chamber where you see everyone around you who's running at the treadmill, lifting weights, that sort of thing. It's that same vibe that you get from everyone surrounding you, and that's what motivates you. Like continuously seeing those type of things, it motivates you to achieve your goals.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with being motivated. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing that and going, damn, this person here is receiving all these benefits from this. I want to be like that too. And if I work hard, I can get that. And I'll also receive the same amount of respect and same amount of... Like, that's the thing. Anyway, play the video.
Jeez.
GG's, man. Save him from execution. This is good popular.
I could like really date myself if I want to, but then I'm not gonna, just because like I would want to give other people the chance. But then like
that's very confident of him to say that.
Yeah, he's confident, which is good.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with
that
it.
Is good.
It's just
a bit egotistical, but it's like good.
Yeah.
But then like when I look back on it, like sometimes I do like have like my low days where I'm like I look like the trashiest rat in the garbage.
For me personally, a lot of like my criticism was like projected by other people. I was plus size my whole life, so I would get made fun of in like elementary and stuff like that. They would call me like Ariel the Little Big Mermaid and stuff like that. Oh, like this kid smells, or like this kid somebody farted. It was definitely this kid. Like I think I carried that a lot throughout my life, and like I definitely want to like get healthy, but it's no longer about like being a certain body type. And you know, when I lost 120 pounds, the first thing, one of my idols, like somebody that I really idolized in my life, the first thing that I heard is like, oh, you looked better when you were fatter. So it's like you can never please anybody.
All right, I know you have some comments. Yeah. Okay, you speak first, and then I'll speak.
Okay, so like clearly, this person, he has a bunch of enablers around him, and he's grown up with a certain lifestyle, where his family eats junk food and they bond over this lifestyle. And they're seeing him make a change in his life. You know, he's losing 120 pounds, like he said. And that comment there saying you looked better when you were fatter, that is such a dumb comment.
Like, that's just complete BS, honestly.
He literally saved his own life. He's saved his own life, and the least you could do is just offer him some support and just say, like, keep going. Like, you're doing a great thing. But whoever he has around him clearly is so far down that rabbit hole that he was in
No,
that they genuinely consider him like worse off now than they were.
I'm even questioning the truth behind that. To be honest, I feel like this guy possibly he lost weight and then all of a sudden he's gained it back. And the way of justifying it, because so the way he's justifying getting fat again is by saying, "Oh, someone said to me that I looked better when I was fat." But I think that's just a complete lie. I reckon like it's not easy to lose weight, and being fat your entire life, it's definitely like it would have a mental toll on you. So it's like a
problem is though is who you surround yourself with. Like if he's like, I watched this documentary like about fat people, and like you see how they bond over food. Honest to God, like My Fat Family, whatever it's called, and you see how they bond over food. It's like it's like, you know, how your family comes over to play board games or something. For them, it's that, you know, it's like their bonding time. They all kind of stand around the kitchen. The wife's cooking, you know, she's cooking like some deep fried chips. They're all just standing there picking it out of the fucking like out of the saucepan or whatever. They're loving it.
That's
you know what I mean? And
that's
it's
gross.
It's part of their. But the thing is, it's part of their family. That's why I imagine what this guy's problem is. He's lost that weight, and then he's gone back to his family
because everyone around him is everyone around him, like you said,
everyone around him is doing that, and he feels like he's not fitting in anymore. So imagine how hard it'd be if your family's fat and you go, "Nah, I don't want to eat this." And everyone looks at you like, "What the hell? You think you're better than us?" You know, it creates this like dynamic in his household. That's the problem.
Yeah,
this is why some people like they lose a lot of weight and they put it straight back on. It's because they're not surrounding themselves with people that can hold them to it.
And I agree with that. But just one other comment. It's probably irrelevant, but he used a word which really pisses me off lately. I don't know if you heard him. He said, "Oh, I've been plus size my entire life." And I think that's part of the issue here. So we sort of sugarcoat the whole obesity problem. Plus size. The word plus size, it's as if it's okay. You're just, you're put in a different, you're segregated. Just, like you're just a larger person. And then on the other end of the spectrum, whoever's skinny, we just call them anorexic straight away. Like there's no skinny size. There's no minus size. It's almost as if fat people, it's like giving them the okay to be fat, right? Sorry, not fat. We're talking about obesity. This is not an issue of being fat or not, because he's not fat. He is obese, all right? So I don't have any issues with being fat. It's just when you get to the point of where he is at, being obese, you've got a variety of health problems. It affects your mental health. It affects your physical health. It affects everything, relationships and whatnot. And so
not only this, but this is what I've come to know as well, is like people's perceptions of you usually box you into who you become. So like, because this person is always thought of being fat, lazy, like you said, smelly, they call him the big mermaid. When anyone farts, they think it's him. He has now been grouped into that mental societal thought of him, and that's the image that he's become.
Yeah,
and people can shape you. Like the problem with being fat early when you're young is that you stay fat and you lose all your confidence and you become the exact stigma that everyone says you are, because you've been told your whole life that you are that. So you're shaped by the people around you once again. Like,
and so you're made to believe.
He thinks he smells. He thinks he's a fat merman. He thinks all this stuff because everyone's telling him he is that, and therefore he is that in their eyes.
Yeah.
And therefore he goes, okay, he looks in the mirror and he sees exactly that.
Yeah, and it's like engraved into him that he needs to become that sort of person that he's been described to be.
He has no other choice. It's so hard to break the stigma, because once you're stigmatized like that because of choices that you've made, which in his case it is his fault because he actually is fat, then it's very difficult to get out of that, because now your mental health is just deteriorated completely.
Without a doubt. But like my issue that I just raised earlier was that, like, part of the issue of him staying into his position or staying obese like he is, it's because the world, our current society enables this sort of thing. They say this, oh, it's okay to be plus size, and then all of a sudden you have plus size models and plus size models, and it's like you're sort of telling to younger generations and everyone else, oh look, this is a role model. Like when you have models who are literally plus size, you're literally making them as role models to people. So it's okay to look like this, and I completely disagree with that. And so that's part of the problem.
What these guys need to realize that are obese is that they are literally fighting for their own life. Like, you have to change.
It's a ticking time bomb.
The people in your family, they love you. They want you around. And like, it might sound hard. You might get like told up front that you're a fat piece of garbage or you're useless. But you got to use that to motivate yourself, because you can't sugarcoat it. Because if you start sugarcoating it, you wouldn't sugarcoat. If someone's fighting for their life, you don't sugarcoat the severity of it. You just go, dude, you need to do this right now.
Yeah.
Because the amount of health implications they'll get when they're 50, 60 plus, they won't even make it to 50 potentially. Man.
Oh, it's irreparable. Yeah, it's not.
Like, it's you got to get that across the line. It's like, you will lose 40 to 50 years off your potential life. Do you have any idea how serious this is? You're not plus sized. you're fat, you're disgusting, you're obese. But let me help you.
Yeah.
Take this help and not even help you, but let these words fuel you to do something.
You're right. Like it's time to
because
stop saying.
If you keep exactly, man.
It's time to stop sugarcoating things and be blunt with it. Be like, this is your health problems. You're gonna die at this age if you keep this up. But like for as long as we keep saying, oh, it's okay to be fat, it's okay to be plus size. For as long as we have plus size models being advertised on TV and billboards and stuff, this is gonna keep happening, and these people are just gonna get caught in the crossfire, really.
The problem with sugarcoating is you become an enabler yourself. You literally become an enabler yourself. And not doing anything about it, and feel good about themselves, as good as calling them fat and obese. In fact, it's actually worse. Encourage the same behavior, and you encourage them to die sooner, and you encourage them to have worse health problems. Like, you're actually indirectly encouraging it, which is insane.
It's an endless cycle that you can't escape. Anyways.
So you just gotta you just gotta live for yourself and 100%. Do what makes you happy and however you feel best is just the motto. So.
I'm very open to being placed anywhere. I don't know which side to go on, so I might as well just put myself in position 3, just be in the middle.
He said, "However you feel best is what matters."
I didn't want to comment on that, but yeah, like it's wrong.
It's not
it's
that.
wrong.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
That's not the case at all. Like you could feel great being obese, or you could feel great being anorexic, but the fact of the matter is that it's unhealthy.
To be honest, you wouldn't even feel great. It's just your mentality telling you to feel great. Like it's completely wrong, and these guys should call them out on it, or society should in general.
And it's a product of all that sugarcoating. It's literally a product of people sugarcoating his problem so much that he suddenly has mentally been able to trick himself into saying, "This is horrible. I've been bullied for this my whole life," into now going, "I'm okay. I'm happy with this," and accepting it.
Because what I see on TV tells me it's okay to be fat. Like you're right. Exactly. It's just an endless cycle.
Maybe.
If we're ranking each other in terms of attractiveness, I'm gonna go with the people who I feel energy-wise, who I think.
This guy he's pissing me off right now. What does that even mean? Energy-wise. Like, why did they even bring him onto the show? Seriously.
The title is actually whose body, not whose spiritual spirit or
I don't
ambiance.
I don't mean to comment on this guy, but just look at his body type. It's like a large body on top, and he got these twig legs on the bottom. He's got no legs to stand on. Like literally, physically, he's got no legs to stand on. Holy shit.
Gotta be most attractive to.
He hasn't been briefed. It's almost like he hasn't been briefed what he's doing. I think he believes it's almost like who is the most attractive person.
Yeah. He's he's missed it.
Well, you're right. I mean, one of these guys is probably more attractive than the guy on the right if you actually get to know them. One of them could be.
Without a doubt, we don't know that, but that's not what we're judging here.
You could easily fall in love with them and get to like their body more than someone like you. For example, you could fall in love with one of these guys. And you wouldn't even bat twice at this.
No,
of
course,
right.
of course. I
and
agree
you
with that.
think the guy on the left is more attractive to you because but that's not what we're here to discuss.
I think what they should have clarified is take out all personalities. Just assume everyone has the exact same personality, exact same everything. The only differentiating between them all is just their physical bodies. That's what they should have outlined at the beginning of the video. Because then you get like this guy who's just so stupid and is just getting confused.
Yeah, this guy's completely confused. But anyway,
like a hangout scenario. There you go. Like, who can I vibe with? He's like, I don't know if we can hang. We were talking earlier. So I'd put you guys more ahead because I think in a friendship I'd be like more attracted to like go to beer with you guys.
What is this
out.
guy talking
you
about?
Really cool, but I think I'd put you at 3. And then I am not in college anymore, and I don't remember what that was like. I don't know if we could have a ton of stuff
music
together.
In the background.
This guy, he's just oh my god.
They're playing like lost music in the background, like when someone's like just gambling on, not making much sense. You can hear it in the background. They're like,
it needs to get bopped in the head. That's what it needs to do.
Along with, but I'd put you at 4, and I hate hanging out alone, so I'm going to 5.
What is he even talking about? Honestly.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out somewhere.
Wait. Hold on. See, again, this outlines our issue. So let's just take this guy. The guy on the right now.
Look what he's done.
Look what he's done. Exactly. Look what he's done. He's enabled the larger guy. Yes,
exactly.
That's exactly what we've been saying. This is oh my god. It's just a whole bunch of issues.
And the scary thing about this is the reason why he's done this is he thinks that this fat guy is more socially friendly than the other guys. The reason why he thinks that is because his guy has low confidence. So he'll never say anything
sympathetic.
Rude to you.
Yeah,
if he does say anything rude to you, you could just barrage him with a bunch of insults and just completely shut down his self-esteem.
Yeah, no,
and that's the problem with this.
God. You've nailed it on the head there.
He perceives the fat guy as being friendly and nice only because the fat guy will never say anything to you unfriendly or unnice because he's so scared and worried about your opinion of him. So this whole thing about me saying I want to hang out with this guy more because he seems friendly, you don't even know this guy, man.
Honestly, yeah, you've actually just nailed it on the head there. I couldn't have worded it better myself. Holy shit.
What this is like sugarcoating and then also like almost fatism, whatever, racism, but like fat people.
Fatism. Fatphobic, bro.
It's like stereotyping fat people as nice because they have low self-esteem and confidence. That's
Honestly,
what this is.
This video is just pulling out a whole lot of social issues right now.
Eric, I think you're an awesome dude. I definitely think you should be over here. You've been like open and...
What is going on here? It's like, oh, who can be the nicest? Like, we've just completely lost track of what the video is about.
Look what he said. You've been open and warm, and if I'm broke, he's about to say if he lost.
Let's see what he was going to say. Hold on.
If I'm broke.
What is going on? Like, this video is starting to annoy me, to be honest.
What spot would you put me in though? Who are you switching?
Amari, I think you've been in the first position for a while.
I'm more than happy to.
Why did they even make this video? Honestly, what's going on here?
Like a bunch of guys hanging out talking shit now.
Yeah, now it's just I don't know what the video is about anymore.
That's your number 1.
Oh my god.
That's your number 2.
Oh.
Holy shit, he made it to number 1, dude.
See, it's like a sort of mind game. The guy intentionally put the fat guy second so he can be his friend. Like, he's made him like a little ally with him so he can be put number 1 because the guy's so insecure he needed to like clutch at straws, and so the only way he could do that was to just befriend the fat guy and put like it's all just what even is this video at the moment?
And one more. Myself here. Oh, this is weird.
Talking like non-physically, I think personality-wise, there are definitely people in this group that I think, much more, open and outgoing in a way that like I wish that I could be. A lot of my confidence is rooted in...
Okay, can I just say, this is no, it's not just interesting, it's perfectly demonstrating the issue right now. So not only, because you know how we're talking about plus size and enabling fat guys to go, it's telling them it's okay to be fat. It's becoming the opposite spectrum now. Now we're telling these fit guys like this guy over here, like they should stoop down a bit. Like this guy's now changing his whole attitude and saying, oh, it's all about personality now. So now it's negatively affecting this guy. And like he's even questioning himself as well.
I think what he's doing is he's putting himself in a vulnerable position where he's saying like, you guys may come across more attractive because a lot of his confidence comes from his physical appearance. And he doesn't really... Like his attitude will completely change on his physical appearance. Like for example, this guy wakes up, thinks he looks like shit. He will automatically feel and act like shit in public places. But I think what he's trying to say is that because these guys don't really care about their physique that much, they have that edge over him where they'll always act in a certain way that's consistent.
Yeah, I know, I get that. But what's happening here is like I've said, like initially this guy's perspective was, oh, let's actually do what the videos told us to do and attractive. Yeah. And now he's changing his whole mindset because of what these other tools have just influenced him to say. And it's just the exact depiction of what's happening. Yeah, it's the exact depiction of what's happening to our society. It's like, it's okay to be fat and it's bad to be physically attractive. Like, it's just so wrong on so many different levels.
What's happened here as well is the 3 guys, the Asian guy, Avi, and this guy on screen right now, they're being extremely polite. They haven't said much. These other 2 guys have said a lot of words, and they're just now agreeing and just trying to get through this video.
Exactly, and that's
some.
This guy just wants to leave.
He's just trying to now he's like not say anything because he might come across rude. Yeah, he doesn't want to come across rude now, so he's just trying to like attach to their ideologies.
And it's wrong.
Okay, I believe in this.
It's very wrong. It's very wrong.
My physical appearance, and I will be very honest with that. But I'm actually gonna go to a 3. Avi,
shit!
I will put you at a 1. Eric at a 2, and then Ariel at a 4.
I'll put myself last just because I feel like I'm more like laid back and reserved, and like I don't really like take the initiative.
What's going on here?
Yeah, it's essentially become his more attractive period. So like, I don't think it's even more about.
Yeah, but it's so wrong. We kind of like these guys have been together for 10 minutes and now they're discussing their own personalities. It's so wrong. It's gross. It's honestly gross to see what's happening.
Personally, I think the guy, the black guy here, I think he's actually done like a great job. He's come across very intellectually like capable. Yeah, he has the best physique. And to be honest with you, he seems like the person I probably want to talk to most.
I completely agree.
He seems very down to earth, and he seems to be like very just like patient with these people as well.
On the other hand, the guy on the right just like wouldn't even just like, oh, he's just pissing me off, to be honest.
Yeah, he's just all over the place. He's just saying things.
Insecure, jealous, all sorts of issues he's just got inside of him, and he's just projecting right now. And now look at him. Look at that cheeky smile he's got. Like, oh, I'm number one now. That's all he wanted, to be honest. He just wanted to be number one or number two or whatever.
How the hell? How the hell is he number one? Anyway.
As much, and I don't really kind of like show my personality like to kind of like random people. Avi, I put you as 4 just because you're number 4 is just your.
Just say it, honestly. Just say it because you're fat. All right, you're fat and ugly. Like, not even fat. You're just obese and ugly.
No, he's moving. No, he's moving the Avi, which is the guy with the hat on, the backwards hat on, the one we like. He's moving him to number 4.
Oh, he's putting him 4. Okay, the other guy's name is Ariel. Okay, yeah.
And the reason is he's a number 4 because it's just his vibe. That's what he just said. Because you're number 4, it's just your vibe.
Your spot. Nah. This is the issues with society right now. It's everyone's too afraid to say what's on their mind, and they can't just they can't just call out the obese guy for what it is. He's fat and unattractive. Basically, what they should have asked, right, in order to solve this entire issue, they should have asked, what body type would you like to be, right? So, and I guarantee you, none of them would have said the fat guy. So instantly, he would have gone to the last spot. But they're just sugarcoating it, and that's the issue. What was that?
So I was saying, if you phrase it that way, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is the nicest way to be like, you're the 4th, it's just your energy.
And then I would actually have Omari be 3, just because like you kind of feel like the neutral stance of like being like introvert but also extrovert too. But also because like you kind of stand the ground between the skinnies and also the thickies as well.
What is this?
I would actually put Ariel at number 2. Eric, you're number 1 just because like you embrace like your body no matter like what anyone else thinks. And I feel like that's the type of like mentality I want to have no matter what.
I loved that. That was beautiful. That was great.
You loved it because he's number 1
that's
now.
The problem. This guy is just saying that he embraces his body. Behind closed doors, he doesn't, man.
Of course.
No one does.
Because he even said it himself.
The question. What did he say?
At the very beginning, he was like, "Oh, I was very fat, and then I lost weight." So clearly, he was never comfortable in his own body, and therefore, it's not like he's suddenly okay. This is the perfect body that I want. So obviously, he understands the concept of everyone's got like a achievable or like a target body to achieve. So and he's already gone through the process of trying to achieve.
No, but not only that, it's not a bad thing. Like that's the problem. I feel like this guy is making it sound to be a bad thing to go from being. Like for not loving yourself to loving yourself.
It seems like I said from the very beginning, this guy's
and,
full of insecurities.
If you phrase the word question like you said, which body type would you want? Everyone would pick the black guy. 100%.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you? What would be the reason not to? If you could just click your fingers and all of a sudden become like him, what would be the benefit of not doing that?
Because like you heard earlier, it's like, I don't know, what did he say? Like a black hole or a deep depressive state. I don't know what this guy just started talking about earlier.
Not though. I guarantee that
it's not. I know.
Physique is the most mentally well, just based off the fact that he exercises, because exercising, without a doubt, I can for myself even say this. It's the most mentally stabilizing. Like it's almost like meditating. When you come out of the gym after a hard workout, that feeling you have, like, you
relax.
feel so euphoric.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
You feel so euphoric. Your body is like all in line. Your mind is just like floating. You're not stressed. You're not panicking. You're not worried about this or that. You're not worried about what this person said and what this person said. You become Zen state.
What people fail to realize is that going to the gym is not just a physical exercise. It's also a mental exercise. It really develops you mentally as well. So for him to say, "Oh, it's some deep black hole that you're getting into," or whatever he said earlier. It's just complete nonsense, and clearly from his body type, he's never even entered a gym. Honestly,
it can become a deep black hole, but the deep black hole that you get from not exercising and behaving and acting the way that he does in his personal life is much deeper and darker than the one where you exercise and have certain body issues where you go, "Oh, my biceps aren't too big," or my chest isn't big enough. Because at least when it's all said and done, that person that says they have small biceps and small chest, at least can go, "My body is still in a position where I can confidently say I'm physically fit." Yeah. Regardless whether or not you have the bigger bicep or the bigger chest. But at the end of the day, when the guy goes to bed, he's always going to have that slight edge. And that slight edge is going to increase his mental health, and it's going to make him feel better. And it's going to allow him to perform better in the real world.
To sum it up, this guy's just a completely insecure little guy who's just... It's his smile. It's his smile right now. It's just pissing me off. He's just happy to be there. That's all he wanted.
He knows what he's done.
He's playing the system. He's playing the system.
He's managed to make it sound like it's bad to take care of yourself and
You're sneaky.
like be physically active. And it's not only that, but it's bad to once you achieve that, also be receiving recognition for it by by peers, because he's saying it's unfair, it's ridiculous. Everyone should just love me because I am me, and that's it.
And that's so wrong.
And this is like some sort of utopia, and everyone just holds hands and we go out to the sunset.
Oh my god!
You gotta earn it, man.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong.
So warm. Thank you.
Okay, are you guys happy with this? Do you wanna make any last
That fist bump there, like it's like, oh yes, you know, mission accomplished. We did it, boys. The two fat guys have made it. Like, what's going on here?
Fucking did it, man. They made it to the top, man. And now they're happy with it. They're gonna go home from this and go, fuck, I am the most attractive. And they've done it. They've made it. They've mentally secured themselves. They've temporarily secured themselves in a mental place of happiness instead of just working hard like the middle guy. This guy in the middle is third right now. He's gonna go home and go, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, it's
you know what I mean? He's already locked it down.
And what's gonna happen is that fat guy's like, oh look, now I know that I'm the second most attractive out of everyone. I'm just gonna go home and eat more pizzas. Like it's the same thing.
It'll last a month.
It'll
last a month, and then it'll spiral back down and go, oh, I don't like this, or what's going on, or help me.
Yeah, it's just so wrong.
I'm stoked about this. I'm totally okay with this lineup. I won't say no.
Wow, that's how they ended it. Wow, that's all I can say.
Based off of
like it's like look at those two comparisons.
It's literally inverse.
It's the complete opposite. And then, like I said before, if you ask any of those guys, would you be the fat guy there on second place? They'd say no. So they've completely just stopped the ranking.
Or the first guy, man. Who in their right mind, if you gave him like a magic wand, pick one of these body types. Who do you want?
Oh,
who in their right mind would pick anyone else apart from the middle guy?
It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
And I'm not talking about height. I'm not talking about height.
Oh, just physique, physical physique.
Really just physique. Like, let's forget about how tall someone is here or how, I don't know, whatever, how long their legs are, how long their arms are. Just purely based on the physique, the shape of it. Who would you want? And come on.
I mean, the guy's not even well groomed. Like, look at the middle guy. He's got a nice fade. He's got a nice cut. Beard is all trimmed. The guy on the right's got the bushiest beard ever. It's got like no self care. It's just
Exactly, because and this is what makes it more attractive, is that automatically you look at this guy in the middle, automatically look at him and you know he's responsible, he'd be a good potentially father because he's responsible, he takes care of himself, therefore he can take care of my children. And that's what people do. They analyze so much off you based on your physical appearance.
No, I agree.
Like, you know this guy puts in hours into something and he does it well and he's achieved it. So you know for a fact that if he was to apply that same amount of time and effort into something else, he would also achieve it and crack the code.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. And that's why he becomes across more attractive. And that's why automatically, when he walks into a room, he'll get more attention than anyone else here out of these five guys. And that's what it is.
But society says otherwise, apparently.
Like how well I got to know each and every one of them. In that sense, I do feel like it was a good fit. I don't know. It's hard.
I acknowledge that attractiveness isn't only physical. A lot of it has to do with personality, how you interact with other people.
I agree with that, but look at the title of the video. It says which body. We're not talking about which body's personality. It's which physical body. Like, everyone just completely missed the concept.
And even him coming out of this and saying that just goes to show that he is that much more mentally stable.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like he's able to take a step back and go. He's able to take a step back and go, listen, I know I was rated third at the end, but like I understand why, and
he's open-minded.
Like, not affecting him. It's open-minded. But the other guy that you saw then, the fatter guy, he goes, oh, I'm so happy with his placement. He's smiling, he's giggling, he's laughing. He loves it. He's like eating it all up.
It's like the complete opposite of what they wanted to achieve. Because if anything, this guy's got not only the best body, but he's got the best like open-minded personality. It's like, how did it go so wrong?
How you make them feel. I know that there are things that I want to work on, which is why I bring to myself.
What was that?
That's what he said. Perfect. There's still things he needs to work on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's that mentality that he's got.
Yeah. At a 3, but then there are other people who I felt outshined me.
So I think the most beautiful thing is just, it's your uniqueness. So just own it. This is what you have. This is what you have to work with. And there's nobody else like you.
I would say YOLO, you only live once.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Look at this fat guy just jiggling and laughing. Like, oh, look at me. I'm second place. Oh.
It's like you know what it is? It's like they're trying to accept who they are and they're trying to make excuses for it instead of just trying to make a better version of themselves. And I don't see why that's so looked down. Why is that so looked down? Why is it so looked down upon for this guy to just say, I am fat at the end of this video and I want to change. And if I do change, I can guarantee you my quality of life will go up. It will go up, of course it will.
Because you know why? Because it's socially not the right thing to do right now. Right now, it's okay to be fat. It's just this whole Jubilee video just outlines a whole bunch of social issues that we've got going on in the world right now, correct, and this is one of them. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. It looks like this is the path we're probably going to be taking, just reacting to funny videos, controversial videos. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support us, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll continue to pump out more videos.